A kidnapping operation in Kaduna State has suffered a major setback after police arrested 6 suspected kidnappers and dismantled an alleged hideout where a victim was reportedly held captive. The arrest followed a combination of information provided by members of the public and a crucial report from a kidnapped victim who managed to escape. According to the Kaduna State Police Command, the breakthrough happened after the escaped victim approached the police and provided investigators with information about where he had allegedly been held. The victim reportedly identified a residential property belonging to a 65-year-old man, Jaid Samalu, in Dogon, Pako village, within Igara local government area. That information immediately changed the direction of the investigation. Rather than simply searching for the escaped victim's abductors, police investigators now had a specific location to target. The Igara Police Division reportedly mobilized their personnel and worked along members of the local vigilante service to raid the property. The operation resulted in the arrest of 6 suspects. The suspects are reportedly between 20 and 65 years old, meaning the group includes people from significantly different age groups. They have now been taken into police custody while investigators work to determine their individual roles in the alleged kidnapping operation. But the police operation does not end with the 6 arrests. Authorities believe other members of the alleged criminal network may still be at large. Efforts are therefore continuing to locate the arrest additional suspects. The development is significant because of the alleged use of a residential building as a holding location for a kidnapping victim. Criminal groups often rely on concealed locations where victims can be held while negotiations with their families continue. The discovery of such a location can potentially provide investigators with important clues about how a kidnapping network operates. It can also help authorities identify other people who may have been involved in the victim's abduction, transportation, surveillance, or ransom negotiations. In this case, the escaped victim's information appears to have provided the police with a critical lead. The victim's decision to report the incident and identify the alleged holding location allows security personnel to move quickly. The Kaduna State Police Command said the operation was also supported by intelligence from members of the public. That cooperation is particularly important in areas where criminal groups may attempt to blend into local communities. A hideout can look like an ordinary residential property from the outside. Without information from residents or victims, security agencies may have difficulty identifying what is happening inside. That is why the police are now urging residents to pay close attention to suspicious movements and activities around their communities. The Commissioner of Police, CP Muhammad Rabiu, commended the police officers involved in the operation as well as members of the public who provided information. He urged residents to remain vigilant and report suspicious persons, movements, and activities to the nearest police formation. The commissioner also issued a warning about the possible use of residential properties by criminal elements. According to the command, residents should be wary of people who may use houses as hideouts or holding facilities for kidnapping victims. That warning highlights another challenge confronting security agencies. Kidnappers do not necessarily need isolated forests or remote camps to conceal victims. They can allegedly use houses within communities, making public awareness and timely intelligence extremely important. For investigators, the next phase will be to determine exactly how the alleged kidnapping operation worked. Police will likely seek to establish how the victim was abducted, how he was transported to the property, and who else may have participated in the operation. They will also need to determine whether the arrested suspects were directly involved in the victim's abduction or whether some may have played other roles. The investigation could also provide information about other victims and possible links to wider criminal networks operating in Kaduna State. At the moment, however, the suspects remain allegations only. Their individual involvement must be established through investigation and due legal process. The police have not stated whether weapons, ransom money, communication devices, or other items were recovered during the operation. They have also not disclosed whether any other kidnapped victims were found at the property when officers raided the location. Those details could become clearer as the investigations progresses. The operation, nevertheless, represents a significant development because it demonstrates how information from a victim can potentially lead directly to the disruption of a criminal network. The escaped victim did not simply survive the ordeal. By reporting the alleged abduction and identifying the location where he was held, he provided investigators with information that reportedly led to the arrest of 6 suspects. And that raises an important point about the fight against kidnapping. Security agencies cannot operate effectively without reliable information from communities. Residents often see suspicious movements, unfamiliar vehicles, or unusual activities before authorities become aware of them. But fear can prevent people from reporting what they know. The Kaduna police are therefore urging communities to share credible information promptly. The message from the command is clear. Suspicious activity should not be ignored. A house that appears ordinary could potentially be used by criminals. A strange movement in a community could provide an important clue. And information supplied at the right time could potentially prevent another kidnapping. For now, 6 suspects are in police custody. The alleged hideout in Ikara has been dismantled. Investigators are working to determine the role of those arrested and identify other members of the alleged network. The escaped victim's account has provided authorities with a crucial starting point. But the bigger challenge remains dismantling the wider network behind kidnapping operations. Until every member of the alleged syndicate is identified and brought before the law, the investigation remains unfinished. For Kaduna residents, the operation offers a reminder that community vigilance can play a critical role in the fight against kidnapping. 1 victim escaped. 1 report reached the police. 1 alleged hideout was identified, and 6 suspects are now facing investigation. The question now is, how many more members of the alleged network can investigators find before they disappear? For more updates, stay with us on News Express. I am Cassie Tony, and a beautiful day to you.